Hello friends, welcome back. Welcome to the next session of Android videos. In this session we are going to develop a small application from your syllabus. It is application number 49 of your syllabus. This application is based on Contact Content Provider. Content Provider is not a new thing for us. We have already few sessions on this Content Provider. In the earlier videos we have discussed we have implemented media store content provider. We have also developed 2 or 3 applications in which we have implement contact content provider, perform different operations on that, like inserting a new contact, viewing all the contacts, then sorting, searching, etc. Okay, so basically content provider itself is a database which is very similar to SQLite database, or itself a SQLite database. So performing transactions is very simple and there are predefined methods available. So without wasting time, let's move to the definition of these content provider. So first of all, let me show you the definition. Okay, yeah, it is a demo of contact content provider. Okay, yeah, the different operations which we can perform, as I told you, that we can perform addition, that is adding a new contact, showing a contact, updating contact, deleting contact, etc. Okay, what is asked in this application number 49? Let's look. Create an application that designs a layout having a list view with 2 options: add contact and display contact. So in add contact, if you see, on selection of the, so we have to provide 2 options to the client. Okay, on our layout we will have an options menu, and in this options menu we will put 2 options. Okay, one for adding context and another for displaying context. Okay, when client selects adding context, what should happen? On selection of the first option, a new layout should be displayed containing 2 text boxes, name and phone number, and a button save. Okay, so yeah, on adding contact, a layout should be appear which should ask client to input name and phone number to client. Okay, so 2 columns are to be inserted in the contact content provider: name of the contact and associated phone number. Okay, and on clicking the save button, the contact should be saved in the contacts directory of the application or of the device. Okay, so first of all we have to add contact. To add contact we have few options available. The simplest option is to use implicit intent. Implicit intent is already available in Android, which we can use to add contact, a new contact, to the current native contact application. Okay, just 5 or 6 lines are to be written. And one more thing, when we use intent to add contact to the underlying contact content provider, it uses the native contact application of the device, so no permission is needed, because once we write our code and when our code is executed, still client will have a chance to either save that record, either save that contact, or discard it. That's why no permission is required. Another operation to be performed is display context. On selection of second option, display context, a new layout should be displayed with list view, and all the numbers from the context should be fetched and displayed in the list view. So the second option should show another layout. This layout should have a list view in which we have to list all the records of the contact content provider, and we have to only show the names of the contact. Okay, nothing else is to be shown. So it is simpler task to show the context, because it may happen that we may be asked to show contact name and contact number. Okay, in that case, if it is asked, contact name and contact number are in different tables internally, so in that case we have to perform 2 queries. Okay, first query is to retrieve all the names from the contact content provider, and for each name again we have to query another table in which phone numbers are associated. So we have to query like this: First of all, retrieve all the names. Then for each name, retrieve the phone number where name is equal to, or the ID is equal to ID which matches the name which is selected. So this should be done, but it is not asked here, so we will just show the name of the contacts. Okay, let's move to the development of the application. The development of this small application in which we have to develop and use contact content provider. Okay, before this application we have already developed few applications regarding content provider. We have used content provider like contact. We have also used media store content provider. Okay, so the definition is very simple, and only two things are asked in a simple manner. Okay, so the layout is nothing bit complex. Okay, so it is very simple thing to define a layout having two options. Okay, one option for displaying the contact in a list item. Also, if you remember the definition, only the name of the contact is to be displayed, so it is not a big task, because we have already discussed in my previous videos that the data of contact content provider is distributed among several tables, and display name, that is the name of the contact, okay, name which is associated with the contact, okay, that is in one table, and the phone numbers of that contact are in another table. So if we want to show phone number and the name both at the same time, for each record we need to perform two queries. Okay, one in the master table, that is in which the name of the contact is stored. Another is the child table in which the phone numbers are stored. Okay, but here you can see in this application that create an application that designs a layout having a list view with two options. Okay, there is a bit confusion in this definitions question, that is create an application that designs a layout having a list view having two options. Okay, list view will be there and two options should be there. Okay, so the first option is add context. On selection of the first option, a new layout should be displayed. So basically we will define an options menu, and this options menu will contain two menu item. The first menu item would be such like on it would provide option for adding context, and the second is for display context. Okay, on selecting add context, a new layout should be displayed containing of two text boxes, name and phone number, and a button save. Name and phone number should be entered by the user. Yeah, we have to capture this both thing from the user, name and phone number, one name and one phone number, and both these things should be entered into the contact content provider. So to add contact in contact content provider, if you remember, we can use predefined intent. Okay, so there is a predefined intent available which we can use here for adding the context. So while using this predefined intent, that is implicit intent, we can easily add contact by writing few lines. Okay, we need to set the type of the intent, and we need to set few of the properties of the intent, and finally we will start activity. By using intent in such manner, what will happen, the native application of the device, context application, will be opened, and the name and the phone number of the context will be already shown there, which we have passed to the intent, which we can call extra piece of information passed to the intent, will be shown there, and client will be given opportunity to save that contact in his or her device, or he can also cancel it. Okay, so this intent uses make use of native application. Okay, and there is an opportunity, or client have a chance to whether store this contact or discard it. Okay, so for this intent, using this intent, there is no special permission required. Okay, display context, second option is display context. On selection of second option, all context display context a new layout should be displayed with list view, and all the names from the context table should be fetched and displayed in list view. So we have to just show all the names of the context, okay, only the names of the context. Uh, Once these names are shown, if client clicks or long press on a particular context, nothing should be done. Okay, it is according to the application. Nothing is asked to do when client select any click on any contact or long press on any contact. Okay, we just need to show the context, so it is very small task. So let's move to the development of this definition. Okay, so let's add one activity to our application. I think there is one activity available already. Yeah, but we need two activities because two layouts are asked. If you remember, I told you that there is a bit confusion in this definition. The confusion is that it is asked to develop two layouts. Both of layouts will contain a list view. Now the first layout in which there is a list view, what should we show? Okay, because on selecting display context, it is asked that we should display a layout which will contain a list view in which all the records should be displayed. So what should we show in the first layout, first list view? So basically what will we do, we will define an activity which will have a layout which will contain nothing, no views, okay, just options, okay. And on selecting that options, that is either add contact or display contact, we will open another activity because it is asked that a new layout should be open. See, a new layout should be displayed. Okay, here again a new layout should be displayed. So it is up to us how we want to open that layout, whether we want to create a new activity for each layout, means three activities, one for the home activity and the other two, one for displaying and the third for adding the context. Let's move. For adding, according to me, it is a good idea to use dialog box instead of a new activity. Okay, so I will go for that alert dialog builder. Okay, and a custom layout will be associated to that dialog box. Okay, we will do that thing now. Right now let's move to the development. Okay, so this is our activity for, and its layout is here. Let me start the AVD. So when we will run, we don't have to wait for the launching process of the AVD. Okay, so yeah, this is the layout of our main activity. Okay, uh, here in this layout, as I told you, we are not showing anything. Okay, now in the next step, let's define a menu resource. Okay, menu which will contain two items, add contact menu. Okay, and inside this contact menu we will have two items. Okay, the first item will be for adding contact. So we will give id as menu add, and we will give title as add contact. Okay, and in another one, id would be show, sorry, menu show. Title would be show contacts. Okay, in this manner we have defined the menu. Now in our activity, which is activity 4, we will associate the menu. Okay, for that we need to override the method on create options menu, and here we would inflate the menu. Okay, using get menu inflator dot inflate r dot menu dot contact menu and menu. Okay, and then what should be done when these menus are selected? So we have another activity or layout to be opened, but as I told you that for adding the contact I would go for dialog box. Okay, but for showing all the contacts we have to, yeah, create an activity, new activity, which would be launched, and it will show all the contact names in the list view. So our activity 5 would be for that thing. Okay, so in the layout of activity 5, yes, here I would define a linear layout. Okay, linear layout, and in this layout I would have define a list view. Okay, and this list view match parent should be set. Then id of this list view should be list context, whatever you want we can write here. Yeah, divider. Okay, I can have divider as any color. Divider height could also be set. Okay, margin should also be set 5 dp. Okay, now, yeah, it is okay. Now let's move to the activity 5, which will be launched when second option will be selected from the options menu. Okay, so in our activity 5, first of all I would declare variables for list view, then some cursor, then simple cursor adapter. Okay, we need to import all these three things. Okay, alter enter, alter enter, alter enter. Okay, now in our on create method, first of all we would retrieve a reference to the list view shown on the screen, and find view by id r dot id dot list context. Then yeah, then we need to query the contact content provider for displaying the names. Okay, just we want to display the names, so we can ask for only one column. So let's query the content provider. One more thing is needed here, if you remember, that is content resolver. Okay, if we need to query a content provider, Okay, any transaction we need to perform, then content resolver is useful. So let's retrieve the content resolver, get content resolver from the activity. Okay, now for cursor, yeah, retrieving the records which are in the form of cursor, content resolver dot query is to be used. Method is to be used, and yeah, first argument is URI, context contract dot context dot content URI, that is the URI of the contact content provider, which is the master table. Okay, second argument is the name of the column which we need in the form of a string array. Okay, so here contact contracts dot contexts dot, as we are interested in only one column, that is name of the contact, but we are using here simple cursor adapter to show all the records or to provide all the records to the list view. Okay, list view is a view which needs some source from where it can fetch records and represent to the client. So either we can use simple cursor adapter, or we can extend base adapter class. But if we extend base adapter class, it will become a bit lengthy process, because we will extend this class, define few methods, constructor. Okay, while using, on the other hand, while using this simple cursor adapter, just we need to write 3 or 4 lines. That's why we will use simple cursor adapter. In some situations we have to forcefully use base adapter class, that is extend base adapter, but in case of complex queries, but here only contact name is asked, so we will use simple cursor adapter. Now while using simple cursor adapter, let me remind you that simple cursor adapter needs a predefined column. Okay, the name of the column is underscore id. It expects that the data source provided to it contains an underscore id column. It must be present in the source, otherwise it will give an error and throw an exception, and it will not provide the records to the list view. So most of the tables have, which are predefined, have this underscore id column already available. In case of content providers, this column is already and also present. Okay, so you can see here id column is there, so we would ask for 2 columns. Okay, underscore id, which is a requirement of simple cursor adapter, and second column in which we are interested is context contract dot context dot display name. Yeah, it is the name of the column where name of the contact will be stored. Okay, third argument is selection. We need all the records, so no selection and no selection criteria. Sorting order is again null, and let's finish the method call. So you can see here content resolver dot query returns a cursor, and this cursor will be provided to the simple cursor adapter. New simple cursor adapter. Here first argument is application context. Okay, and the second argument is layout for the list view. Okay, layout for the list view, we haven't defined the layout, but let us try the predefined layout of Android. Okay, let me try.
simple list item 1. Okay, let's try it. Otherwise we have to define layout. Okay, and yeah, two more thing, from and to are required columns. So here we will define one string array from, where we would put where we would define the columns from where the data will be retrieved. We want to show only one data. Okay, and an integer array 2, okay, which would show all the sorry, which would contain the id where that column should be displayed. R dot, so here android dot r dot layout dot list item 1. Okay, here also I have defined android.r.layout.simple list item 1, and there also simple list item 1. And here we are just trying it, otherwise we have to define another layout for this list view that will be repeated for each contact or each list item in our list view. Okay, so fourth argument is from, and the last argument is to, and after that flex would be 0. Okay, now yeah, it is showing some error. Cursor, yeah, cursor is remaining. Cursor should be passed here as argument, which we have defined. I think again that cursor, context, layout, then cursor, then from. Okay, cursor is passed as second argument, but we should pass it as third argument. Okay, okay, now we need to set this adapter to the list view. Sorry, it is simple cursor adapter. It is simple cursor adapter. Okay, now once we have done this thing, there is some error in this file. Yeah, semicolon missing. From our activity 4, we would call this, or we would start this activity. We will launch this activity. So let's check it. Okay, yeah, on a menu item, whenever a menu item is selected, on options item selected method is called, and here we would check that if item dot get id, item id equal to r dot id dot menu add, then what would we do? Intent is equal to new intent, sorry, it is not add, it is show. Okay, we are first of all showing the records. Yeah, intent is to be imported. Yeah, alter enter. First argument is get application context. Second argument is the name of the activity. In this case, it is 5. Main 5 activity dot class, and start the activity, that is intent. Okay. After doing this much stuff, let's move to the manifest file so that we can set this activity as launcher. Okay, so in this case activity number 4 is our launcher activity. Where is it? Yeah, here. Okay, activity 4 is launcher. Now let's re-execute it. Let's wait for the device to execute it. Gradle is being built. Gradle is on the way of building. It is preferable to have 8 GB of RAM, so it would be easier for us. Our task would be easier to test our applications on this uh, computer system or laptop. Okay, so I have 4 GB, but it is not sufficient in this case. So 8 GB is very good for testing and developing the Android application. Yeah, application is on way of installation. The process of installation is going on. Once this option is selected, the activity will be launched, and activity would show all the records from context content provider. Okay, so uh, let's check it when the output is in front of us. Still it is. The first installation takes some time. The following installation and testing are a bit faster than the first one. Meanwhile, let's have a look at the logic of writing to the context. Okay, see, the logic for writing to the context application is, if you remember, like this. Using intents. So first of all, let's have a look on the code only. We will define a new contact. Okay, and new intent which would have insert action, context contract dot inserts dot inserts intents dot insert dot action. Okay, then set type is equal to context context contract dot raw context dot content type. Then name and phone are the two extra piece of information which should be passed to this intent. Then start activity either for result or just start activity we could call. Yeah, you can see the layout of the application is activity is in front of us. We have right now just implement show context, so let's click on show context. A list view is appearing. But there is no data displayed. Uh, it it may be due to that layout is not defined by us. As I told you, we have not defined any layout, so it may that case also. So let's do one thing here in our layout. Okay, right click and define a layout resource file, text for contact. Okay, and here root element we should give text view. Okay, and text size inside text size 20, text color blue light, text style bold. Now this layout is text for contact. Okay, so in our activity 4, where is it? Our activity, sorry, not 4 but 5, here where we have written the layout, here we should write r dot layout dot for text for contact. Okay, and 2, in this 2 we should also write r dot layout dot text for contact. Let's try it. Okay, we were discussing this writing contact. Yeah, uh, just few of the lines and a contact will be inserted in the context content provider. Okay, yeah, activity on the way of launching. still the name are not shown, the contact names. We can give ID to the text view here, text for contact. ID was not given. And in activity 5 here r.id.text1. Okay, now let's check it again. So as you can see here, all the records from the contact are shown on the list view. Okay, so it was the first option and first task to be accomplished. Now our second task, let's move towards that. Okay, activity number 4, and in this activity number 4 we would check if the second option, that is sorry, first option, that is else if. We can check the options in any manner. Okay, whether we check the first option second or second option before the first, it doesn't matter. Okay, equal to r.id. Menu add. Okay, so it will here, intent is equal to new intent here, context contract dot intents dot insert dot action. Okay, this is the action which we need to fire for initiating the native contact application. Okay, then intent dot set type, we have just seen contract dot raw context dot, what was it, content type. Okay, and then intent dot put extra, that is extra piece of information. Now this extra piece of information is to be captured from the client. So as I told you in the beginning of this video, that for capturing the name and contact from the client, we would go for a dialog box. For that we need to define another layout here. First of all, let's define a layout. So new and resource file. Okay, for add. Okay, for adding the contact, and simply we would have a linear layout for as its root element, and in this linear layout we would set the orientation as vertical. It is vertical. Now we would give no need to give a title, because it will be title will be available in the alert dialog. Okay, so just edit text, wrap content, id is required. Okay, id is equal to id contact name, and text size, textile bold, text size 25 dp, hint, enter contact name, then margin 10 dp, text color, okay, and next column is phone number. for phone number, we will again copy the same edit text and paste. We will change the ID first of all, phone number, then enter contact number or phone number. We should also set the input type. Okay, here text person and here okay. Now this is the layout. Okay, this layout would be shown here, but for that first of all we need to define an alert dialog dot builder. Okay, builder is equal to new alert dialog dot builder, and main activity, main for activity dot class, sorry, dot this, then builder dot set title, add contact. Okay, then builder, yeah, now the layout inflator to inflate a view. Okay, layout inflator is equal to layout inflator dot from, then get application context, and the second argument, no second argument. Okay, now we will inflate the view in a variable of view type. The view which we have defined, that is the layout, and we have named it as for add. Okay, so here we, by using layout inflator, we would inflate, okay, the layout r dot layout dot for add. Okay, next, yeah, argument null is to be passed. Okay, now this view should be set as a view in the dialog box, that is builder dot set view v. Okay, now this view would be shown on the dialog box. Okay, which we have set title as add contact. Now in our builder we will set a positive button, submit. Okay, that means client has entered the contact name and number. Now to capture that or to handle that submit buttons click event, dialog interface dot on click listener is to be implemented, and in that method we will define these things. Okay, the actual logic for adding the contact. Okay, but for that we need to have edit views. Okay, edit view. First of all, first is for name, so edit view, and edit text, sorry, edit text, v dot find view by id, r dot id dot contact name. Okay, we have given id as contact name and contact phone. Okay, contact name and contact phone, contact name, contact phone. Okay, that's why we have written here v dot find view by id. V should be final, otherwise it cannot be accessed inside the inner blocks. Another edit text for phone number is equal to edit text v dot find view by id, r dot id dot contact number, contact, not it is contact number, it is contact phone, yeah, contact phone. Okay, contact phone. Now, yeah, these two things, the data in these two edit views is to be passed as extra piece of information. Put extra. Okay, context contract dot context dot, yeah, what was it, name of the column, contact contract dot intents dot insert. Okay, here dot intents dot insert dot name. Name is in first edit text, get text dot to string. Okay, another information which we need to put is context contract dot intents dot insert dot font. Okay, and the text view is phn font dot get text dot to string. Now we need to start the activity intent. Running this intent would call the will initiate the native application of the device. Okay, finally we need to show this builder. Okay, this bracket belongs to else if this belongs to method return statement should be outside the else, otherwise if portion is executed, then return statement would not be fired. In that case, the system expects that it method must return something. It is the best concept of programming language. Okay, let's check it. Adding the contact so basically the definition of application is simple one, otherwise there are many things which can be asked in this definition. In my earlier video I have also said this definition, the application in which a list of contact provided is there, context list is there, then option for adding context is there. Additionally, when client long press on any of the contexts in the list, okay, two options should be given, that is context menu for calling or dialing to that particular number. I have shared that video before this video. Okay, so what I am trying to explain is there are many things which can be asked using for this content provider. The output of the application is in front of us. Let's check it. Yeah, here add contact, add contact. submit. Okay, now on submitting this dialog box, the native contacts application would be opened, and for adding a new contact it will be opened and prompt for adding a new contact to the client. Client can make any change before saving this contact. For example, you can see client can change the name, make some corrections, okay, and also discard. Okay, also discard. But if he clicks on this save button, the contact would be saved, and a message, toast message, is also shown that contact saved. So this intent, using this implicit intent, we can add contact to our native contact content provider. And on displaying to show contacts, you can see that Marvel contact is also appearing, okay, which we have add in the last execution. Okay, so this was about displaying the and adding the contexts. Okay, so it is application number 49 of your syllabus. This type of applications may be asked in practical examination. Additionally, as I have always told you that in the examination more than one questions are asked. Practical questions or practical definitions are asked in a group. Okay, for example, you would be asked to add contact, show contact. You should maybe ask for dialing a contact. You may be asked for calling to the, okay, and few other things like you may be asked for displaying a custom toast, a custom dialog box, etc. Such things may be asked in the definition. Okay, so it was all about application number 49 of your syllabus. Okay, so I'm going to stop this video here, and in the next video I will be back with some another application of your syllabus, or some another interesting application from your syllabus topics. Okay, so till that, goodbye. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay home, learn at home, watch the videos, perform the application, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.